Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and gays.
From gutters to gay bars and everywhere in between.
Here to finish off your Tuesday, it's your three besties, two brunettes and a gay.
Welcome back, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It's your favourite two brunettes and a gay in studio today, and happy Easter to everyone who is listening. And happy not Easter if you didn't celebrate Easter, but you had a happy long weekend.
Hey, it's happy Greek Easter this week, isn't it?
I think coming up this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Orthodoxy. Orthodoxy.
There you go. So happy Easter to those people moving forward.
Happy whatever you celebrate.
It was a long weekend in Australia. What did you guys get up to over the weekend, Celeste?
Oh, well, we did the bridge climb.
Oh, that's right. We did do that.
Well, it's not a bridge. It's not a bridge.
It's a roof.
It's a roof. We climbed a roof. It was fun. How about you, Aaron? What did you get up to?
Do you know, I had a fabulous long weekend. Well, and that was until yesterday.
Why? What happened?
Oh, God, let me tell you. I didn't tell you about this one. So,
okay.
So, you know me. I love to live it up on the long weekend, drink lots of wine, eat lots of cheese.
How much wine?
Oh, look, I could not count how much wine I had.
Can I also ask, is it just long weekends that you like to drink wine?
Actually, it's just any day,
I
any
think
weekend.
it's just any word that ends with day.
If only I could have a wine now, to be honest. But no, look, I had a great long weekend, but a lot of it was just, chilling with friends, just sitting back, relaxing. The weather was pretty average, wasn't it?
It was pretty
horrible.
Average. I mean, look, it cleared up, though. Like, we had some sun. It was just a bit chilly.
Yes, we did yesterday. But, but yesterday my Easter was almost ruined.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, what happened?
So, unfortunately, Mark and I were distracted on Saturday from going and doing our regular grocery shopping.
Right.
So we didn't get a chance to go and, top up the essentials because we were just getting plonked at the pub.
Which is bad news before a long weekend. Bad
news. And here I was thinking, okay, it's fine. We've got plenty of time. I'm sure things will be open. Foodland will be open. IGA's easy. Yesterday, well, I went in the morning to go and have a look at the old Woolworths. Nothing was open.
Oh, no.
What did you need?
And what I desperately needed was toilet paper.
Oh, it's COVID all over again.
It's COVID all over again, except everything was shut. So this is the first time I have to say that I got on the old Uber Eats.
Oh, my God.
And I got some toilet paper delivered.
You just toilet paper. You got on Uber and you got toilet paper.
I literally just got toilet paper.
But couldn't you just go to the place you ordered the toilet paper from? Why did you have to Uber it?
Well, I actually Ubered it from like an ex-convenience store, right? So, and look, I was busting by this point, so I'm like, I ain't walking anywhere. I wouldn't be able to walk anywhere. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I may as well gone to the ex-convenience and used
gone to the toilet and then bought the toilet paper and brought it home with you. You could have killed two birds with one stone.
Question. Did you not have like some tissues or some paper towels?
Serviettes.
We were actually out of everything. The only thing I was contemplating using was the tea towel.
See, men.
No.
If you had to use a face washer or a tea towel, that's disgusting.
I just want to say that I hope no one's anticipating on eating very soon at this time of day. But yeah, so I Ubered the toilet paper, and this is the next thing that I have a gripe with. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
So not only was nothing open that I could go and get some toilet paper, or nothing nearby within walking distance that I could get, I had to pay. Are you ready for this?
What?
$25.
No, how much toilet paper did you
$25?
I paid $25 for a 10-pack. Do you know what that equates to? I did the mathematics because I used a calculator and cheated.
$2.50 a roll.
I'm glad you knew that.
$2.50 a roll plus delivery. Is the 25 including the delivery fee?
Did you use a calculator to work that out?
I actually did. I'm terrible at maths. I have no idea. I don't know maths.
Is the 25 including the delivery fee?
It was including the delivery fee.
And the Uber Eats charge of just like ordering through Uber.
Do you know what was really funny though? They didn't even bother to chuck it in one of those like cardboard or plastic bags. So the Uber Eats guy just rocked up to the door holding the 10-pack of toilet paper.
Oh, God.
He literally would have been like this person living in Unley ordering their toilet paper on Uber Eats.
I thought it was bad that I
Honestly.
paid $13 for a coffee during COVID.
Oh, no. This is next
This is
level.
worse.
This is next level.
So
yeah.
your Easter long weekend had some eventfulness to it by the sounds of things, then, Aaron.
It certainly did.
Well, we've got a more eventfulness coming up for everyone shortly. So, speaking of the Easter long weekend over the break, we did a roof climb at the Adelaide Oval on Friday, didn't we, Celeste?
You got it correct. It was a roof climb, not a bridge climb.
It's a roof climb. A bridge climb is in Sydney. We can climb a bridge here in Adelaide, but I'm pretty sure it's not very big.
And I don't think it's a tour. I don't think it's something that you pay for.
You can climb Murray Bridge.
You
probably could,
That was exciting.
You cross the Murray Bridge. I don't know if you need to climb it. I think you just walk across.
Yeah, you probably could. But I don't know if you'd want to.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was actually really fun. We had a lovely time. Lucky the weather cleared up for us because we went on Good Friday.
We did.
So the morning started out, a bit rainy, a bit patchy with the clouds, and we were thinking, oh, God, this is going to get cancelled. We actually thought it was going to get cancelled. But no, weather cleared up, and it ended up being a beautiful afternoon on the roof.
We did actually get really good weather, and it was a really cool thing to do. I think if you're a local in Adelaide, you'd enjoy it. If you're a tourist in Adelaide coming to Adelaide, I think you'd really enjoy it too.
Definitely. So many sights to see. But, we had a great time while we were on the roof. But when we got off the roof, it didn't end as we might have planned, I guess you would say. Deanna, do you want to...
Really?
Yes.
You got us into some trouble.
What happened?
Well, look, guys. Look, Celeste already knows, but I have a bit of a confession to make on air.
Oh, it's your turn, Deanna.
I know, and look, we've just got we're all friends here, and our listeners, we're all friends as well. But I may have done something illegal.
May have.
While I was there.
I think she definitely did. I was there.
I don't know. Horrible. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if it's illegal or not. But okay, so what happened was when you do like a tourist attraction thing, and then they take the photos when you're up there in lots of different places, and you're not allowed to take your phone with you, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't get any of the cool stuff. You have to wait till after. So
annoying because we wanted to get content.
I know, we wanted to get content for social media. We couldn't get it. And then afterwards you go and they give you one big group photo, but if you want the cool photos of you hanging off the edge, and for those of us who are not afraid of heights and going crazy up there, then you have to pay extra for those photos.
Oh, so really? You didn't get it all at once?
No.
In one package.
But it's a smart business model. It's this kind of tourist attraction.
And you see the photos and you're like, all right. When am I ever going to do this again?
I'll spend $59 on a photo package, sure.
It's like the old Studio 2000 days.
Literally.
Exactly. But the point is that, so we got the photo, we got the digital package so we could share it on social media and all the things. And then we went to the bathrooms and I put my photos down outside so that I didn't take them into the toilet with me because, And so I decided...
Aaron could have used them last week when he needed toilet paper.
It would have been a bit hard though.
And then I went, washed my hands and I left. And then I'm in the car park and it's a fair walk. I'm in the car park and then I get a call. And it's the guy from the front desk saying, hey, someone has returned your photos from the bathroom because you left them here.
Good one.
And I was like, damn it, we're going to give that photo to my parents for Easter because they gave us the gift of the bridge climb.
Yeah.
So we gave them a photo in return. How nice are we as kids? And
so good. We were like, here, have a photo that we paid for.
I was like, all right, well, I'll be there in 5 minutes. So we drove all the way around the block. It's in the opposite direction to where we had to go home. So it actually was an extra 10 minutes by the time we got there. We found a car park, all the things. And then I was holding stuff in the back, so Celeste decided to run into the office.
And I ran.
You did run.
I don't run.
Believe me, I've seen Celeste run, and
you don't want to.
It's pretty comical.
I ran.
We were lucky there wasn't many people around. And then she comes running back to the car, and she's like, Deanna! And I'm like, what? And those of you who know us that we're sisters, she was like, Deanna!
It was very dramatic.
Hear
it was very dramatic.
They're not there. And I was like, what do you mean they're not there? The guy just called me. He said, I'll be here until 8 o'clock. This was at 6:30 or something like that, right? So I came in with her. We go to the glass
Then we
doors.
both ran.
We both ran. And that was good for everyone watching. And then we knocked on the door. The guy No one was in there. And we're knocking and I'm calling the reception desk. No one was answering, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, we'll wait a couple of minutes. And then we waited a couple of minutes. No one was answering.
All the lights are on. It looks open. It's just the door's locked and no one's inside. So you've got all the lights on and everything like as it was when we left 10 minutes earlier.
Oh. So I decided to go snooping.
Oh.
And I went and checked the next door over and it was locked. And then I came back to the front and I thought, what if there's more doors? And so I kept snooping and then I went to the next door and that one was unlocked. And it was the door that we used to, like, climb the roof and come back in. And it's like the secret door that, you know, the people have to bring you through when you finish the climb. Ooh. So I went in through the secret door and I was like, ooh, can I find the front desk from here? Snooped around a little bit, got into the reception and I was like, oh, my God, I'm in the building by myself and Celeste can see me.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking she's just looking for a door. She goes into this door. 2 minutes later, she pops up in the reception behind the locked door. And I'm like, what are you doing, Deanna?
And I thought, I waited there for a little bit because Celeste was like outside. She was like, there's someone coming. Like, and she's like pointing at me through the glass.
Literally,
and
within like, 2 minutes of you being in there, the climbers are returning from their climb. Deanna's locked inside the office.
And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I pretend like all casual, like, oh, I just got locked, the door's just locked on me, like I got locked inside. What do I do? And I waited for a bit. They were taking their time and I just thought, you know what? I could see my photos behind the desk. Screw it. I'm going in. So I went quickly behind the desk, I grabbed my photos, and then I ran out, and then the instructor was, like, standing there at the door looking at me like, where did you come from? And I'm like, oh, is this the way to exit? And he was like, yes. And I was like, thank you. And I walked out the door.
And we ran.
And we ran.
Wow.
And Celeste was, like, outside hyperventilating at me. But I guess this poses the question, right? And look, I mean, I don't know if it's illegal. I mean, it's not, you know, too illegal. I mean, it was open at the end of the day. It's not like I broke in. Do you know what I mean?
Were invited, I guess. Like they said, come back and get your photos. It just didn't mean for you to actually go back there and get them yourself.
They're your property.
Well, yeah, they were my photos, you know, and so I guess it got me thinking for our listeners. I'd love to hear from anyone, like, when have you ever done something illegal?
Are we allowed to hear about this on radio? Yes.
Look, if you've done something highly illegal, please don't, like, tell us if you don't call us, maybe call some advice, legal advice if you've done something highly illegal. But if you've done something that you're like, okay, it's probably technically illegal, but I didn't, like, no one got harmed in the process.
Victimless crime.
You didn't, like, damage anything in the process, then we'd probably love to hear from you coming up after the break. Have you guys done anything illegal?
Oh, look, I've probably done a couple of things illegal.
I might have done a few.
You've just got a face of someone that breaks the rules, Aaron.
Yes.
See, that story was tame for me.
Well, maybe we'll have some from Aaron over the break. But no, if you are listening live right now and you have got a good story for us about when you've ever done something illegal, we'd love to hear from you in the station. So the number is 8212-3599. I'll say it again, 8212-3599. Call into the studio, Radio Italia Uno, and let us know when you have ever done something illegal. Otherwise, we'll have more of Two Brunettes and a Gay after the break. If you weren't here before the break and you've just tuned in now, we've decided to take some calls. I told a little story about something that happened to me over the long weekend where I may or may not have kind of broken into an office to steal something that was mine because I was
reclaiming your property.
I was reclaiming my property.
Yep.
And so we've put some calls out there to everyone listening to the show right now to say, when have you ever done something illegal?
And look, it's Adelaide. I'm pretty sure most people have done something illegal.
Are you saying we're a bit Darrow?
No.
No.
We're not. I think Adelaide is.
Look, just because we weren't settled by convicts doesn't mean we don't have any convicts.
Doesn't mean
here.
we're not.
Yeah.
Actually, they covered that in the roof climb. Apparently, there was no police force here for the first 2 years because we weren't settled by convicts.
So they didn't need one.
But evidently, it still ended up resulting in people committing crimes, even though they weren't convicts. And then we established a police force 2 years later. Little fun fact for you. There we go.
There you go.
Quite informative.
So we put the call out for some callers, and we got some.
Ooh, our phones are lighting up.
Some fellow rule breakers. Okay, so first up on the line, we have Anthony. Anthony, can you hear us?
How you going, guys?
Hi. Anthony, what have you done that is illegal?
Well, I consider myself a bit of a handyman. And sometimes, I'm working in the garage and I need some supplies and,
no.
can't be bothered going to Bunnings. So there's a few work sites around my area and, I have a bit of a sneak peek and, if something ends up in my garage...
No,
that's what
okay.
happens.
Okay, so are you saying that you're looking for materials? Are we talking about materials? Are we talking about tools? Like, how bad is this?
No, just materials.
Okay,
Look,
okay.
I'm not going to steal like a door or a window. It's just a couple of planks of wood here and there, and yeah.
Okay, so we've basically, if we're
don't
ever
stress
building
out.
a property, keep your doors locked, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
You watch out for the wood snatcher.
What's the biggest thing you've ever had to sneak away with?
I think, well, it was probably about 5-6 metre planks of wood.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's a lot of
Have
wood.
you-
Just casually walking down the street.
Was it worth it? I mean, what have you built? Is there anything good that you've actually built?
Look, currently they're still sitting in the garage.
Oh.
And that was a year ago. So, but I'm sure they'll go to use eventually.
Okay. Well, I hope you used a fake name, Anthony, because that is definitely illegal.
I think the judges have concurred that is illegal.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Anthony. Oh, goodness. Okay, so stealing something from a building site. There
How can we top that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we've got some other callers. We've got another caller coming up on the line as well. And we'll see. Well, I guess, should we vote? Should we vote on which one we think is worse? We've got mine, which is breaking into an office.
Yeah.
We've got Anthony's, which is stealing materials from a building site.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I think our next caller is Matt. Matt, can you hear us?
Hello, guys.
Hi,
Hello,
Matt.
Matt.
Welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Matt.
What have you ever done that is illegal, Matt? Tell us a story.
All right, so I got a doozy for you. So
Oh, no.
I was
no.
at a family wedding a few years ago, and we're having a great night, and consuming a lot of the red wine.
Right.
And I was
God, I hope you didn't steal the presents.
no, of course. Was schmoozing it with a young lady there, and we decided to. When I say we, my family, we decided to drop her home.
That's lovely of you.
Intoxicated,
Chivalry.
apart from the driver. That was the illegal thing. So I was walking this young lady to her door, and when we got to the door, something happened. And suddenly I needed to go to the toilet.
Oh, no. You did an Aaron, didn't you?
Wait, did you ask her to use her bathroom and you just mesh?
Did you Uber Eats
No, I
the toilet paper to
couldn't
you?
possibly do that. Couldn't deal with the embarrassment of that. So I basically dropped her and ran, and then ran back to the car, opened the door, and said to my family, "I need to beep." And then
Wait, what? You need to what?
Beep.
I need to beep. I
Fill in the
myself.
blank, I think, Deanna.
You need
Yeah.
to. Oh, so it was. Are you saying number one or number two?
I needed to do number 2.
Oh, God.
And you told your family this? You broadcast it?
Yeah, it was all part of it. So then I happened to notice an empty block across the road from our house. So I thought that's the closest thing I can do here.
Was Anthony there stealing some materials by any chance? An empty block?
Anthony, high five.
Okay, so Tell us.
You can imagine what I did in this empty block. I left a nice present for the builders on Monday.
God, it's a bad week for building sites this week, isn't it?
Terrible.
And how did you clean it up? Or how did you clean yourself up? Did you even clean yourself up?
As my father always says to me, he says, real men carry handkerchiefs, and I imagine that's what he meant.
Well, at least you didn't just rub your butt on, like, the foundation or something like that.
That was my second option.
Is that actually illegal?
Is it? Yes. Well, okay. So
David's nodding his head that yes, it's definitely illegal.
Let's do a quick.
We're getting that clarity.
I've actually got the Legal Services Commission for South Australia website up because I thought, it'll be interesting if we get some callers in that we don't have, like, we don't know whether or not it's actually deemed illegal. But
illegal activity.
Urinating or defecating in a public place in South Australia is an offence.
Oh God!
And you could get charged an expiation fee of $80 or a maximum penalty of $250.
Well, that's some expensive shit.
And I just have to say, Matt, at least, no one in the family was filming you. You didn't end up on Shit Adelaide.
No,
literally.
But it would have. And question, what did you do with the handkerchief?
I don't actually remember.
Oh God!
So you're saying that hanky
Hopefully
could still be in your rotation of hankies in your
I may have kept it as memorabilia.
God,
Lord, okay.
Oh, thanks for that, Matthew. Okay, well,
Wow.
look, okay, so we've had some interesting callers in.
Aaron, what have you done that's illegal? You led us to believe. Yeah. So what have you done?
Look, well, I've talked to my lawyer during the break.
Excellent.
And I've got a couple of answers I can give you.
Okay, so don't share the ones that they're going to get in trouble for, because we can't hide your identity.
Absolutely, you can't. Yeah. No one... No one can hide my identity. No, but I'm going to say allegedly, so, just to protect myself. But look, it all started back when I was a kid, right? And I was at Tea Tree Plaza, and you girls know this story. I stole a Like a Prayer cassette tape from Brash's at Tea Tree Plaza.
You actually announced this publicly in your show. So
so that one was made public, but I followed on from that a couple of times in my teenage youth. I was a bit of a klepto.
Oh, no.
Well, okay, but allegedly...
What did you do?
I was such a nerd too. I went into a certain shop in the city and I went and stole a Batman badge.
A Batman badge?
A Batman badge.
How old were you?
I was like 15. It was so... Oh, God, I was such a nerd. I stole the Batman badge and then I felt so guilty after walking around the shops with it that I actually put it back on the counter and walked out.
Aaron has a conscience.
I do.
Well,
somewhere. It's there.
Aww.
Just. But Celeste, come on. Surely you've done something illegal in your lifetime.
Okay, I've been racking my brain for the illegal things that I've done that I can say. Because there's a long list of things that I can't say. No, I'm kidding. Look, I've done my fair share of U-turns at traffic lights, which I actually didn't know was illegal. Did you guys know that's illegal?
Yes.
I feel like so it's not all over Australia. I think this is where it gets confusing. It's illegal in South Australia to U-turn at a traffic light.
I didn't know it was illegal or not illegal in any state.
Well, did you do your drive?
No, I mean, when I lived in the Gold Coast for 2 years, you can U-turn pretty much anywhere you want to.
Did you do your driving test in Melbourne?
I didn't do a driving test. I'm kidding. Of course I did a driving test.
That's another illegal thing.
I got my license out of a cornflakes box. No. Okay, so I've done my fair share of illegal U-turns, which I no longer do because how did I find out it was illegal? I got caught, right? On my way to work. Was like, I'll stop off quickly somewhere before I go to work. So did a quick U-turn on Hutt Street. Wrong timing. Police were right at the front of the traffic light. So lights go on and I was like, what did I do? I don't understand. Pulled me over. There you go, U-turning traffic lights.
Oh,
I had no idea.
What was the fine for that?
Oh, God, I can't remember, but I'd say it was a few $100s at least. It was a good maybe like 5 or 6 years ago that it happened. Haven't done it since.
So if you didn't know that and you're listening and you're driving right now, don't do any U-turns at traffic lights in South Australia.
Is there anything else that you didn't know was illegal that you now know is illegal? You might not have done it, but is there anything else that you're like, I didn't know this was illegal, and now, public service announcement, don't do it?
No. I mean, not that I can think of.
No, but I want to know as well, Deanna, after hearing these stories, do you feel better about yourself now that all you've done is just?
I do. I feel like I've got some friends at least. I definitely feel like we've got some friends. They were some great stories actually. Great. So thank you to everyone who called in, and we'll have to do something similar to that next week if you're listening. So make sure that you call in if you hear us talk about it next week. But now it is time for a break with Two Brunettes and a Gay. We'll be back soon.
Well, ladies, Meghan Trainor shocked fans this week when she revealed her very bizarre bathroom habit.
Oh, no.
Are you ready for this one?
This show has been all about the toilet.
It's a bit of a shit show.
We should label this shit show.
I think that's the caption.
That's the podcast. That's the podcast.
If you're listening on the podcast, this is the shit show.
The podcast.
I love it.
It's going to be a shit show.
So, look, the American singer, 29, said she had a double toilet installation in her home. So she and her husband, Daryl Sabara, age 30, can use them together.
So you're saying they have two toilets in the bathroom? In one bathroom? They put two toilets?
One bathroom. And the picture that I saw on the news article is a double toilet next to each other.
Oh, my God.
And to quote the old Meghan Trainor, she said, "We pee together and hold hands. He sits when he pees and we're like, what are we doing today, baby?"
I feel like that's too much information.
Yeah, it's a bit of an overshare, isn't it?
Okay, it's one thing to tell everyone you've got two toilets in your house. We didn't know you needed to sit and pee and hold hands at the same time.
I mean, obviously, is it assumed that if you're going to put two toilets in the same room, it's for that purpose? Because otherwise, why do you need two?
How busy does your schedule need to be
that you
to
need
have
to
toilets installed side by side to spend time together?
I agree, but for me, I mean, it's not that abnormal. I mean, sometimes I'm in the shower and Mark needs to go to the toilet, and we've only got one bathroom where there's a shower and a toilet.
That's different. That's different. I feel like that's because you're sharing a bathroom, using it for different purposes.
Sometimes I'm peeing in the shower.
Purposefully go to have two toilets put in so you can sit there together is like there's effort into that.
Do you deliberately wait to pee in the shower when Mark is on the toilet?
No, are you showering yet?
I get big stage fright, to be honest. I can't do it. But I draw the line at number twos. Like number ones is one thing. Number twos, no. There's got to be a line in the same.
I agree. I wonder what the resale value is on a house that has two toilets in the same bathroom. Like, does it add value?
I also wonder how many people touring that home walk in and go, "Why is there two toilets?" Everyone. I guarantee you everyone would wonder why there's two toilets in there.
And when you have new friends over and you show them your new house and stuff, do you take people in and you're like, "This is our bathroom. If anybody's a bit lonely, let me know and we'll come to the toilet with you." Like, how does that work?
It's just Hollywood, isn't it, really? It's Hollywood to the max. But it got me to thinking, like, obviously Meghan Trainor and her partner, are a very famous couple, and they've just come out and been quite honest about their little, couple behaviour, odd couple behaviour. And we all have odd couple behaviour.
Totally.
So we put the word out to our listeners on our socials, and we wanted to know, what is your odd couple behaviour?
Yes.
Okay.
We got some interesting ones.
We did. We got some interesting ones. Okay, so in line with Meghan, all right, we had one of our listeners, one of our social media listeners, say chat on toilet.
Oh. They chat on the toilet too.
So obviously it's not that uncommon by the sounds of things.
I don't think so. I mean, like I mean, when I was married, in a past life, when you have a house with only one bathroom, like you have as well. Like sometimes it's just like if you've got to get ready for work at the same time or whatever the case is. You have a good chat.
Absolutely,
really, at the same
chat
time.
on the toilet.
Good to throw some ideas out there.
But again, chat on the toilet is different to install two toilets and sit next to each other.
That's a little bit.
That's a little bit different.
It's taking it to the next level.
Yeah, okay. All right, we had another one. This one's cute. This one's a bit wholesome. Watching Golden Girls in bed every night together.
I know who wrote that one in.
Aww.
It's part of my ritual. I love it.
Oh, that's so
Isn't
cute.
It's such a gay couple thing to do.
It's a very old gay couple thing to do.
Old gay.
And do you know what? It's funny because it's on a USB as well. It's not even streaming. How old is that?
Is that like what? Did you illegally download it from Napster back in the day?
I'll have to speak to my lawyer to see if I can admit that.
Show of illegal.
So you're not even streaming the Golden Girls. We're talking about an old clunky USB. Who even has a laptop with a USB port anymore?
Well, it's a TV actually. It has the USB port. Celeste, was there any others?
Yeah, we've got another couple. All right, kissing my partner while she's on the toilet.
Delicious.
Is this like a I'm leaving, see you later, like, and I'll come into the bathroom if you're in there, or is this like you're purposefully in the toilet and I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm going to come in there and mac on?
Maybe it is.
I know.
We don't know.
That's as old as a USB. All right, another one. This one I don't know how common this. Maybe this is more common than what I thought. Peeing on each other's feet while in the shower.
What is wrong with that? Like everyone in Adelaide or who's on our Instagram?
I know.
Right now?
Everyone, Two Brunettes and a Gay's followers are doing some interesting stuff.
There's a lot of defecating and urinating in this show. It's gone. It's completely down the toilet.
Literally.
For lack of a better, I actually just thought of one that's a little bit more like, less
wholesome.
gruesome.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I have a routine with my partner Brendan. Look, it's not a routine, but oddly, like sometimes we both like love epic like music. Obviously, being music, we're in the entertainment industry, we've been vocal coaches.
Yeah.
Brendan was a vocal coach as well. And sometimes like we get on these tangents where we just want to like show each other a song on YouTube that we think is epic. And there's like some big anthem going on. And then it's like, wow. And then we get really excited. And then it starts this whole like 2-hour thing where we keep choosing, oh, what about this one? Have you seen this one? And we keep choosing songs on YouTube. And then we're like singing at the top of our lungs, like performing like there's 100,000 people in front of us sometimes, like really getting in the feels.
That's
Are you
wholesome.
naked?
No. I not know. Well,
Just all wholesome.
We're just like around the house. It's like, it could be on a Sunday, like in the middle of like cleaning. Brenton is especially the culprit because he likes to show me songs sometimes, and I'm like, what was the like? What was it? That was not that interesting.
That's cute.
But sometimes the tangent starts.
Like mine, I guess it's not so much a routine or anything like that. But me and my husband Jake, we like the way we talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's like we do like the baby talk.
Oh, you do the baby talk.
We do the baby talk.
Yeah. And you do it to your poor dog as well.
Yeah, my dog doesn't know her name.
She doesn't actually. Celeste dog doesn't understand proper English.
No,
there's no syllables.
She doesn't. We don't talk to her properly. We don't talk to each other properly. We just baby talk. And now, like, it's so funny because before I met Jake, I used to judge those couples. I used to be like, oh my God, listen to these two talk to each other. And now it's like literally everyday routine to baby talk.
How do you baby talk? Give us a sample.
Oh, I can't.
Let me say it to Aaron.
Do it.
Pretend Aaron's Jake.
Yeah. Hey, Celeste. Why do I think Jake talks like
now
that?
I'm trying to think what I would say. I'd be like, hello.
That's cute.
Love you.
Hello, love you, toys.
Do you do that, Aaron?
I do a bit of baby talk, with Mark.
Cute.
Like, hey, baby. And then it's funny to... There's just these little like nuances and things that you do that just... It's all very personal and,
I'm not one for the baby talk. I am not one for the baby talk.
Never have been either?
Actually, yeah, I have been in the past, but I think I've grown out of the baby talk.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I have been in the past. So there you go.
Interesting. But there are some really odd couple behaviours out there, aren't there?
Some really odd couple behaviours, but I guess they're really cute as well. Each to their own, each relationship to their own.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, look, we'd love to hear if you've got any more interesting, cute couple things that you do. Head to our Instagram at 2 Brunettes and a Gay and let us know because we'd love to hear some great stories. In fact, if we get a bunch of great stories, we could maybe even do a whole segment on this next week. But we've got more for you coming up after the news, so stay tuned and we'll be back soon with more 2 Brunettes and a Gay.
Okay, so earlier in the show, we had a chat about our Easter long weekends, right? And Aaron, you told us that you had to Uber Eats your toilet paper to your house because you were too lazy to get yourself to X Convenience and pick it up.
Well, he was too busting.
I was too busting and lazy.
There could have been some accidents on the way.
Bit too busting, a bit too lazy. Deanna, you committed a crime on your Easter long weekend, which I was present for, right? So now my Easter long weekend. Okay, so, in the lead up to Easter, You're always planning with the family. What are we going to do this Easter? Whose house are we going to go to? And bless my mum and dad, they are always putting their hand up. They can't do enough, right?
No.
My mum's a fantastic caterer. They're just brilliant at it, right? Yeah. Shout out to them if they're listening. So about a week before Easter, we have the discussion at family dinner. We have a weekly family dinner. Who's going to have Easter? And, put your hand up. I'll have it. No, mum was like, of course I'll have it. So you don't want her to do everything, right? You never want one person to be responsible for catering the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. So you go, okay, like, what do you need me to bring? And my mum, bless her, absolutely nothing. No, don't need to bring anything. But I can't do that. I'm Italian. I can't rock up to an event empty-handed.
No, because the caveat is that they raised us to make sure that you always bring something. And they're like, don't bring anything. You're like, wait, is this a guilt trip? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Set you up.
I have to bring something, right? So we go, what do you need me to bring? What do you need? Oh, no, nothing. And my husband, bless his soul, we can bring a dessert. Okay, we'll bring a dessert. Now, anybody that knows me knows the kitchen is not the first place that you'll find me on any given day, right? It's not where I'm the strongest. No. Let's put it that way. But I was happy to contribute something. So, a few days passed and I said to my husband, we've committed to making this dessert. Yep. What are we going to make? And he said, well, you have a look. And granted, fabulous man that he is a much better cook than I am, right? And he said, well, why don't you have a look at a few recipes that you'll actually eat, because I'm a little bit of a picky eater. Why don't you have a little bit and let me know what you want to do. So I narrowed it down to 2. I thought, okay, I'm going to choose something easy, right? Because I just don't want the headache of preparing something and it goes awry, and add in the fact that you got dietary requirements. Look, we're all vegan. There's gluten-free as well, so I've got to do a vegan gluten-free dessert. I'm already stressed about it 4 days out from Easter. So I narrowed it down to 2 options, right? And my 2 options were a tiramisu, right? Popular Italian dessert.
Yes.
Or like an apple sponge cake. And I was like, okay, one is just like you layer some stuff on top of each other, slap it in the fridge, you're good. You don't even have to turn the oven on. Yeah. The other one, well, I guess I thought it was a little bit more effort, but I was like, listen, cut up some apples and just some cake mix and just put it in a pan. And how can you mess it up?
It's not really that hard, I don't think.
How can you mess it up? You think you can't, right? So anyway, my husband chose the tiramisu. I thought, beautiful. Okay, we go to the grocery shop. We get the groceries that we need. Right, get this, get that. First of all, we start off this debacle by actually forgetting the key ingredient of a tiramisu, which is the sponge fingers.
So the biscuits.
Yes, right. So we come home without the actual cake portion of the cake. Okay, you know what? It's Thursday night, Good Friday, shops are closed. Can't do anything about it. We're going to have to go Saturday. So Saturday morning, he goes to the shops. Can't find vegan gluten-free Savoiardi biscuits.
Which is probably not surprising.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we go, next point of call, we're going to actually bake a vegan gluten-free cake, cut it up into sponge fingers. So already you can tell this is getting way more complicated than I ever wanted it to be.
No, but some people do make tiramisu with sponge.
Right.
So it's done.
Those people probably bake often.
People who are good at cooking. Yes.
So we make the cakes. We go to put it together. Look, it ended up basically like a coffee trifle.
Oh my god!
It was good. I liked it. It tasted good.
Look, you guys seem to enjoy it. I don't know if they were just lying to me.
No.
But the point being is that it turned into like a days-long, hours-long trying to create this thing. And I was like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we say, yeah, look, I can do that when we don't want to?
Yeah. And you ain't no Donna Hay.
No, I'm no Donna Hay. Absolutely not. So it begs the question, right? And I want to know, Deanna, Aaron, have you ever committed yourself to something that you regret?
Every week.
Yeah.
By being on this show.
I was going to say working with you two.
So
you didn't have to think about that at all.
15 years ago,
did you?
Screwed that one up. It's been haunting me ever since.
You didn't have to think about that at all.
No, do you know, I think for me it's just, just those days where you're in either a really good mood or you're really drunk like me, where you're thinking, yeah, let's catch up next weekend. Let's do something fun. And that gets to the weekend and you're like,
yes.
I really don't want to go.
Really wish I'd said no to that.
And it's like, or it's crap weather, or you're just really not in the mood, you're tired, and you're just like, why did the happy me say yes to this or suggest it?
So that's why every weekend when we've got plans, you say, say, oh, guys, I'm so sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you committed yourself and you're intoxicated.
That's pretty much it. That's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Look, I'm sure you're not alone there. I'm sure a lot of people have been there. Deanna, what about you?
I feel like this is the story of my life, is committing myself to things that I regret. Like, I don't even know if I could isolate one, because there's so many. Like, since I've been young, oh, you know what? Actually, one that stands out in my mind, when I was in high school. And we got asked, like the 5 people that were in the music class at Loretto College with me back in the day, we got asked to be backup singers for an ex-student who was putting on a fringe show at the time. And we were like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I was like 16, and, you know, I was like, we're going to be in a fringe show. This is lit. Like, this is next level. And then we committed ourselves to singing backup to, this girl was a comedian, and she wrote a song, and bless her for trying. Like, she was funny as a comedian, but the song was like impossible to follow because she didn't know how to create a melody line. And I remember, you know, it was one of those performances where you knew you were going to get up there and you were going to look bad, like it was going to reflect badly on you, and you there was no way out of it. Like, you were just up there like smiling and pretending like it was really good what you were doing, all the while sitting there going, oh goodness gracious
I
me.
saw the show and I can second it was terrible.
It wasn't good. I mean, lucky it was super early on in my career, but I feel like we've been performing together for years as well. And how many shows have you gotten there and you rock up and straight away you're like, this is going to be terrible for our reputation.
Well, yeah. And not only that, like, as singers, how often do people put you in a position where they're like, oh, can you sing? And you're like, how do I get myself out of this? Because I really don't want to do that.
And they just come up to you like, oh, yeah, I've got a friend's birthday. Can you just come and sing next weekend? It's like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll just come along.
You put on
like
this
cassette tape.
smile where you're like, and you do a laugh and you're like, oh, yeah, definitely not.
That's like when people ask us to do karaoke. The worst thing, if you've got any friends that are singers out there, stop asking them to do karaoke, okay? It's so embarrassing.
I actually love doing karaoke.
Do you?
Because I just get to outshine everyone.
That's exactly why we don't do it, because
It's
we're
the
going to be
ego.
better than everyone. No,
I feel like if you rock up there, like, and you know what you're doing, like, and it's visible. I mean, like, look, I mean, maybe we have tickets on ourselves. I think it's visible that we know what we're doing. Like, and you rock up there and you're like, all right, look, I'll just pick a little song, like, I just know, and then you're just like, boom, I'm on. Like, it's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, because you're like, oh, what am I going to sing? And in your head, you've got like this bank of songs that you're like, I know I smashed that. So you're like,
you're not going to pick something
pick?
you don't know just to like fit in, because everyone knows you're the singer, and so you can't be crap. So you're stuck in this awkward predicament.
But you also
true.
can't outshine everyone, because then everyone's going to be like, well, they're a singer, so what did you expect? It's just a bad time. It's a bad situation.
It's a bad
tricky.
situation.
Okay, so general consensus is we've all been in that position before.
Definitely.
Most
I
definitely.
think I could probably think of a million. So we've got more coming up for you after the break, everyone. So stay tuned. And, of course, we will be back soon with more Two Brunettes and a Gay. So we did a little segment last week for the first time called Shit Advice. If you were listening to that, you probably thought the advice was pretty shit.
And it tracks with tonight's theme of the show.
And it tracks well with tonight's theme of the show, actually. Yes, it
The
does.
shit show.
The shit show that we've had tonight. Everything's been down the toilet if you've just joined us. And we thought, you know what? We had so much fun with that segment last week. We thought we would like to give more shit advice, because, you know, we feel like we're pretty good at giving bad advice.
Yep.
So Dr. Aaron and Dr. Celeste are back in the studio this week, and they're ready to give advice. But this week we decided, you know what, let's get creative. Let's take to Reddit. Because Reddit can be a source of the most interesting information that I reckon is on the internet.
Fascinating stories. on Reddit.
Like the dirty laundry that people air on Reddit is fascinating. If you're ever bored, you know what, go and look on Reddit for some stories. You'll have a good laugh. And I mean, obviously there's some serious things as well. And if you feel, you know, inclined to give some advice, please do so. But we decided to pick a couple of the trickiest stories this week that we're going to get Dr. Aaron and Dr. Celeste to answer. So we'll start with you, Dr. Aaron.
Oh, yes.
Now, to clarify, we haven't heard these yet.
You have not heard these
This is brand new information to us.
Yes, right? So we're going to start with Dr. Aaron on some relationship advice.
Okay. And just FYI, I don't bulk bill. So
Doesn't bulk bill.
Okay.
And
Pay out for
FYI,
advice.
they are not real doctors, and please don't listen to any advice given on this show.
No.
Just as a disclaimer.
Unless we say something really good, then take it on board.
yeah.
Okay, so my girlfriend, I'm 24 and I'm a male, and she's 24 and she's a female, and I want to establish boundaries around the opposite gender. We've been going out for 6 months or so, and we've never formally agreed on boundaries of the opposite gender. I'm totally okay with her having male friends, and I can have female friends, but we tend to disagree is what the level of friendship we can have and how close is appropriate, both emotionally and physically.
Oh, okay. So, well, look, this is a straight couple we're talking about here. So,
Yes.
I'm not very versed in the world of straightness.
Oh, yes.
So, for me personally, I mean, in my world, us gay men, we're just very close to one another, whether we're friends or whether we're partners. We're very relaxed with that kind of
So what are your
situation.
boundaries, though? Like touching and feeling, appropriate, not appropriate?
That's just how you say hello and good evening as a gay man,
So if another gay man comes and like cuddles next to you and puts his arm around you, that's fine.
That's fine. So I guess it really depends, on the friend that this person is. So is it a close friend that they've known for 10 years? It's someone they've already established we're definitely not relationship material, and this is going, not going to go anywhere. We're just literally just friends. I think there's a bit of a, you've got to take it with a little bit of acceptance.
Right, so you're more for the liberal. I think we'll get Dr. Celeste to weigh in on this, since she is from a heterosexual couple. Why is it all this at the end of the show that I mess up my words?
You could just say straight.
Straight
Okay.
couple.
So this is the tricky thing for
was trying to
me,
be smart.
right? Because that would not make me uncomfortable at all if my husband was very close to female friends or vice versa, because we know each other's friends. So I know that anybody that he's close to of the opposite gender and vice versa is purely platonic. And so there's no issue. Like I can hug them, like sit with them, dance with them, all of that. And it doesn't mean anything. But if you don't know the person and it's a new relationship, I guess that there sometimes is kind of cause for a little bit of discomfort. But that's where the boundaries, you need to have a conversation about what you're both comfortable with. And there needs to be some give and take as well, because you can't come into a relationship and say, you know what, like you're not allowed to have friends anymore. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No. What are you not comfortable with? Okay, I'm not comfortable with maybe, like you guys texting each other at all hours of the night. Okay, but where is there it's got to be give and take.
Interesting. All right, well, we've got another question for our doctors.
God.
Dr. Celeste, we'll give you some...
Am I all out of advice?
I don't know. This person needs some career guidance.
Okay, yes. I'm very career oriented.
Very career. So he says, being the guy that doesn't get credit at work. I've been in this company for 3 months.
Amen.
It's a startup.
No, I'm joking.
People I work with are new, ranging from 1 month to 1 year. Seniority is huge in the company, and it's starting to really bother him because no matter what he does, he seems to get used and taken advantage of. I'm a fairly passive guy and it's easygoing at work, but I feel like I'm being treated without respect when it comes to my experience and technical expertise. The bosses are taking credit for my work. Oh. What would you say, Celeste?
Okay, that's a tough one, because if they're taking credit for... is like one thing if his work isn't getting recognised as much as he'd like it to, but when someone else is taking credit for your work, that's another level. I definitely think... You said he's only been there 3 months, right?
And actually, yes, and I'm just reading here and it says he noticed his supervisor stole his work. So I assume what's happening is that the supervisor's taking credit for the work and then the bosses are recognising the supervisor for it.
Yeah, they're not on. I definitely think, regardless if you've only been there for a short period of time, you definitely need to broach the subject with your upper management, and you definitely need to go to them. But it's all in the approach, in my opinion. So you can't go in there guns blazing, you know, accusations flying, whatever the case is. But this is where you need receipts, and you need to keep record of all of your ideas and things like that. So that way you can go forward and say, listen, I noticed that this person put this forward, but, you know, I actually came up with this idea and shared it with them, and this is, you know, the email chain or whatever the case is. And I feel like I'd like to get in on this. I'd like to get on this project, or, you know, whatever the case is, because it was my idea initially. So I think in the 3-month mark, you don't want to go in there and be like, they did this, they did that, because it's not going to go down well. I think once you build that ground, then you've got a little bit more, it's going to open the eyes as well. You know, your upper management's going to be like, okay, how did this happen? Why did they steal this person's work? And maybe actually start noticing these things a little bit more. But my advice would be you have to approach it.
I reckon keep a record of all your work then. Dr. Aaron, do you have anything, final words?
Well, I'm just going to tie it in with the title of this segment called Shit Advice. I'd take a big old crap in your supervisor's desk drawer.
Love it.
And,
Still their muesli bar.
And then teach him a lesson. And then also show some leg around the office around your boss. Crack onto your boss.
Yeah, right. You reckon just like...
And just, you know...
have a good old time.
Just, yeah, exactly.
Steal their
Have a
food out of the
great old
fridge.
time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Communal fridge. I'm
That
going to
would
steal
really
your food.
kill him. Absolutely.
Yeah, you work in a big office, Aaron. Is there anything else that really pisses somebody off?
Take his pens.
Oh.
There's nothing worse than having your
Go
pen taken.
for the pen.
You know what you could do?
Take the paper.
Readjust the desk and the chair.
Oh.
Because you know when you get that chair setting just right and someone fiddles
yeah.
with it? Oh, that's the worst. So
Or-
that's just as bad as taking a crap in his desk drawer.
Steal his computer screen.
Still his computer.
Or just
Just
like,
unplug it,
disconnect
take
all the
it,
cords.
hide it somewhere.
Take it the next level up. Just sleep with his wife.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, right. Maybe don't do that one. Or if you did, you didn't hear it here on Two Brunettes and a Gay.
Listen, you know, that might be taking it a little bit far, but I definitely think you can steal his computer screen.
Okay.
Sometimes you just need to take that extra step.
If you'd like some shit advice from our doctors next week, our not very qualified doctors, please head to Two Brunettes and a Gay on Facebook or Instagram and DM us your question that you'd like some shit
Or
advice
just keep
on.
getting stories from Reddit if you
Or
don't
we'll
give us
just-
any.
Yeah, we'll just keep taking to the interwebs and see what we can find. But it's been a great show, everyone. I've had a lot of fun. Have you had a lot of fun?
It's been great. It's been a great shit show.
It's been a great shit show.
So much fun.
And if you are listening live, of course, you can catch us on the podcast every week. That is available on all of your major podcasting platforms. And if you're listening to the podcast and you'd like to listen live, you can catch us on Radio Italia Uno 87.6 FM, or you can download the Radio Italia Uno Adelaide app and you can listen to us live there as well. Otherwise, you are listening to Two Brunettes and a Gay. Please follow us on Instagram or Facebook, and we will see you
Next Tuesday.
Ciao, Adelaide.
It's your favourite trio, Two Brunettes and a Gay, here to remind you to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for your drive home.
Expect the best beats, sassiest segments, and plenty of piping hot tea from the weekly rumour mill. And let's be honest, we know us Italians love a good gossip.
So tune in at 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here on your number one station, Radio Italia Uno 87.6 FM.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.